If you're a nervous flyer, the past 2 weeks likely haven't helped that.
Many people are feared dead after a passenger plane with nearly 70 people on board crashed in the southwest of the country.
This morning, terrifying new videos from onboard an Air Canada flight over the holiday travel rush after an apparent landing gear failure.
When you see this video, it looks straight out of a movie.
South Korea is seeing one of the country's worst aviation disasters.
179 people died after the plane crash landed without its wheels deployed on Sunday.
It's more like the last year that's been filled with plane incidents making the news. What's going on? Are we witnessing an actual increase in flight incidents, or is this a case of heightened reporting making skies seem less safe than they are? Let's break down the numbers. To do so, I'll be referring to data from the Aviation Safety Network, which basically maintain the international database of aviation accidents and incidents involving aircrafts that hold at least 12 passengers. In 2024, the network recorded 190 incidents that resulted in 423 fatalities. This actually marks the lowest number of incidents reported in a year over the past decade. Despite that, if we look at what people have been Googling, there was a spike last year of people searching, how safe are planes? So what's the answer? I'm no aviation expert, but let me introduce you to Elena Papadopoulos.
I'm a Senior Transport Safety Investigator at the Australian Transport Safety Bureau, or ATSB as it's commonly known.
According to her, flying is one of the safest modes of transportation.
Australia hasn't seen a large aircraft accident that's involved fatalities for 50 years now. It's actually the lowest percentage chance of being in an accident, lower than if you're driving a car, if you're on a bus, if you're on a boat.
That's here at home. And a lot of the headlines we've seen over the past year or so have been about incidents recorded overseas. Why have we been seeing more headlines about plane incidents?
We now have mobile phones everywhere, there's cameras everywhere. Everyone is watching Flight Radar 24. The smaller accidents have become media worthy.
It's getting pretty meta now because I'm a journalist reporting on plane crashes. Am I part of the problem?
We're not against the media reporting on these accidents. It's just more so that they start to say things that bring a lot of fear, especially to nervous flyers.
But some of the incidents in recent years have been pretty newsworthy. I mean, Boeing, for example.
They were large accidents and their name came into the media. Yes, you're flying on a Boeing aircraft, but there are thousands of Boeing aircraft in the sky. I can only imagine Boeing are taking steps to ensure that their aircraft from this point on are to a higher safety standard.
So if crashes are rare and planes are relatively safe, I had one last question. When I'm sitting on a plane and it's going through turbulence, should I be scared?
Imagine a model aeroplane in some jelly. You move the jelly around and you can see the plane moving around in the jelly, but it's not actually sinking to the bottom because you still have that pocket of air. So you still have lift in the aircraft. It's just a bit bumpy. Turbulence is created by weather events. It can be created by an aircraft in front, depending on the size of the aircraft. So it's very common to have turbulent events. It's not something to be worried about. I know a lot of people freak out.
So while we have been seeing a lot of headlines recently about different crashes, experts are reassuring us that the industry is consistently working towards keeping air travel safe.